Why do black people use speakerphone, FaceTime in public? No idea, but I'm black and it's extremely annoying. When I use my gym sauna, a quiet, relaxing space, it's always black men who blast music, have full conversations, listen to social media videos on open loudspeaker. Keep in mind my gym is extraordinarily diverse in one of the most diverse cities in America, and only one demographic can't seem to keep quiet. Just one. Without going into the racial bit, whoever does this with their phone is an inconsiderate twat. And make that double for the example of doing that in a sauna. Anyone who even brings a phone to a sauna should be expelled from the facilities. It is against the rules of many gyms and clubs, and incredibly rude, to bring a device with a camera to a sauna. Some people just don't know how to behave in society. I'm black and I hate it. I have no clue why people do it. I've seen at work that the black employees use FaceTime way more than everyone else. Something I've never really thought about until you brought it. My guess would be that something like FaceTime benefits from network effects. That is, most people aren't going to be using it unless all their friends do. So my guess is that it's more popular among black people than white people simply because those are different social networks. And trends and fashions like that tend to catch on in niches and subcultures first before spreading to the wider society. This is a bit of an aside, but I was curious how this all started. And one theory I read was that it came from reality television. I don't watch the shows, really, but I guess if Kim Kardashian is having a conversation on her phone, the only way for the audience to appreciate it is if she's on speaker. I regularly take a commuter train into downtown for work. I also notice the same pattern. African American and East Indians seem perfect happy to have their phone on speaker while they are having conversations. I also used to ride public transport in Singapore and Hong Kong, and you would almost never see that kind of inconsiderate behavior. In my country, UK, it's just about every single young person, I'd say below 20-ish, who do it. I reckon it's just what they are used to, such as using FaceTime etc. as the default way of communicating. It's a call for attention. I've seen every color and age do this, so I won't generalize. I think why people do it because they want to dominate space, in this case audible space. You're in their world, in their eyes. It's pathetic. Always when you hear screaming in public transport in my country, it's Nigerians calling their family on speaker. Why do they scream for 45 minutes? What are they so upset about it needs to be fought over in a train? Because they want to be noticed by everyone, and don't care if it's annoying. They want the attention, good or bad, and I'm meaning any race or anybody. Just rude and looking for a reaction. Hey, it must really be either confirmation bias or regional. Because around where I am it's always old white guys I see using speakerphone while walking through stores. It's just people who aren't taught good manners, and probably people who didn't have parent there telling them not to do things. Or parents who don't care, too busy to care. My personal observation has been that there's really no way I can group the speaker, FaceTime, extremely loud TikTok people in my area. They run the gamut across all races, ages, and genders. I can get the speakerphone, FaceTime thing to an extent because I have audio processing issues. And if the speaker is actually away from my ear, I can process it a bit better. Road pedestrian noise can make things worse. FaceTime helps with seeing mouth movement, but the way I see most people using it, holding the phone flat, with the mic pointed toward their mouth, I don't really see too many people gaining that benefit. Still, I try not to disturb the people around me. The conversations bug me less than the videos. I mean, they'd probably be talking like that in person, so I can ignore it. The videos, though, why? I work in retail and people, idiots of all races, do this. I don't think I've ever observed anyone under the age of 40 doing it. Though, why not just hold the F-King phone up to your ear and talk instead of broadcasting your conversation to everyone within 20 feet of you? I always noticed it more a class issue, like people who have lower incomes and maybe not traditionally educated tend not to know the etiquette around that kind of thing. I never noticed it being split along racial lines. I've also noticed this. AMD wondered why you'd want to air your dirty laundry in public like that. I've heard some very personal details about people I don't know. Lol. My pet peeve is listening to music or watching a video on full blast in public spaces. That's what headphones are for. I'm a white female, and I've actually noticed that a lot of white men, and most often ones sporting business attire, suits, tend to have very loud conversations on cell phones. They tend to take up the audio space just like they take over physical spaces. It feels like an entitlement thing. People who have few opportunities to exercise power will do it in strange ways, like using speakerphone on a bus or not letting people in their lane on the highway. They've always got to be so loud too. Not everyone wants to be a part of your conversation.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.